Hello, everyone, and welcome to the P1 Broadcasting booth. It's Murph, it's Luca, and it's time for the INDY NXT qualifying series, the Thrustmaster INDY NXT qualifying series to be exact. And we are here at the Iowa Speedway for 90 laps in the INDY NXT car. It's the second split, and Luca, 53 cars signed up, so just two splits. Both of them pretty stout. The top split about 5,500. The bottom split, where we are just a hair over 3,000. That doesn't mean, though, that we're short of storylines here. We've got some guys that are in this race that are definitely looking to make the show, Luca.
Now, this is exactly what you want on Championship Thursday. 90 laps at the fastest short track in the world. This is going to be an absolute war, and I'm so excited to see this.
You know, it most certainly is. You know, we're looking at qualifications now. On the pole, Matteo Kunzner, Cooper Webster, Alessandro Bico is third, and that's a name that you're going to want to get familiar with if you're looking at the qualifying. Looking at qualifying for this IndyCar Pro Series presented by Thrustmaster. Alessandro Bico is fifth in the point standings. Other names that you're going to see: Cooper Webster is 12th in the points, and so he's one of those contenders. You also have Matteo Kunzner. He is 18th. Guys on the outside looking in. Remember, only the top 21 are going to make it. Mitch Welker is in this race. He's currently 24th. And I believe Manuel Torres is here. He is 20th, so he's right on the cut line. And so there are some guys that are on the outside looking in that are in this field trying to get a good result. Matt Caruna, one of those. 31st in the points, a nice finish tonight, and he may catapult himself up into that coveted Pro Series spot and race for the big money in the big car. We are 10 seconds away from the grid. Luca, it's 90 laps, my man. What are you expecting tonight?
Well, we're going to get one out of two different races. We're either going to get the everyone stays in line, nobody can do anything race, or we're going to get a wild, chaotic pack race. I'm hoping for the latter purely out of entertainment, for entertainment's sake, but we're gonna find out very quickly what kind of race we're gonna have. But a lot of these guys who are sitting on the bubble, they're going to need a ton of luck and a very strong performance here in order to make the show when we go to the IR 18. I always get it confused when we go to the big Pro Series in a couple of months. But a lot of these guys are going to need quite a bit of luck, but let's see if they can find it tonight.
Yeah, let's see if they can find it tonight. And the luck's going to start with the grid. On the pole, Matteo Kunzner, 174.537 miles an hour. He's going to be flanked by Cooper Webster. Alessandro Bico is going to be third. Ricardo Rico, he's going to roll from fourth. Rafael Leon, Matt Caruna, fifth and sixth. Matt Emery, George Griffiths, seventh and eighth. And rounding out the top 10, Aiden Young and Balint Pala, they're going to go from ninth and 10th. In 11th, you've got Ricky Paz. Jason Adams is 12th. Rolling from 13th, Pim Van Gastel. And there's Pim. Mitch Welker, 14th. Manuel Torres, 15th. Nick Polliard is going to go from 16th. Then Mike Wayne Robinson, Cameron Wilson, Edwin Onafor, and Nicholas Mateo are going to round out the top 20. In 21st, it's Kevin Parrish. Then Stanislav Boldarev is going to be 22nd. Tommy King, 23rd. Milan Vogelzang, 24th. And Will Weiser and Mauricio Marquez Ramos are going to round out the field. And if there was a guy that I would have picked as a dark horse here, it would have been Will Weiser. Will Weiser is a regular contender in the IndyCar Top Split Open Series. He's very familiar with ovals and road courses. Kind of surprised to see Will in the back, but look for him to make a charge for the front, Luca.
Absolutely. I mean, there's not a whole lot for him to play for right now. He is very far back in the points, but even just being able to pull off a win in a series like this, especially making a charge from the back to the front. We've seen it before earlier this year when we were at Laguna Seca. I can't remember who made the run all the way up. Was it Webster, if I remember correctly? But we've seen it before. It's definitely doable, but we're about to go for 90 laps here at this 7/8 of a mile short track here in virtual Davenport, Iowa.
It's a bull ring for certain sure. We're going to get 2 pace laps here in 2 pace laps in Iowa. That's a unique feature. Most tracks in iRacing only feature 1. Looking out of the back of the pace car, back at Matteo Kunzner and Cooper Webster, and just kind of getting the feel of this when we did the Indy NXT Oval Series. Of course, the Indy NXT car, the IL-15, is brand new, as everybody knows in the iRacing service. The first ever road race, or the first ever oval race in this car, the first ever official, was held here at Iowa Speedway. And so just to kind of give you guys an idea, that race was wild in every respect. I was in that race. I think I finished 4th, and fourth is my ideal position because I get a ton of points. I get going well, and you know what else I don't have to do? I don't have to do any interviews, right? I get to go celebrate with the boys, Luca.
Well, you are sitting next to a bottom split winner in this car at Iowa in this series. This is one of my favorite tracks in the whole service, and just so awesome to see these guys go to battle here for 90 laps here at Iowa Speedway.
It most certainly is. Barney's got the green flag in hand, and away we go. 90 laps at the Iowa Speedway. We are underway, and already they go down into turn number 1. Matteo Kunzner has established the lead, and they fan out 3 wide behind him.
Heading down into turn number 4, Kunzner still leading Biko, Webster, Rico, and Karuna as we complete lap number 1. As they dive back down to the bottom of the racetrack, it's definitely going to be one of those. It's definitely a track where you have to really arc it in, hit that apex, and slam the gas as you come out onto the straightaways.
You know, it most certainly is. Matteo Kunzner has established the lead. Alessandro Biko moved himself into second, and he is battling on the high side with Cooper Webster. Cooper Webster in that familiar red line machine. He's another car that we're going to want to keep an eye on. Webster to the bottom, Biko on the top, and it's going to be Cooper Webster holding the position for now. Iowa is a unique track, though. The bottom lane is not necessarily the preferred line here, is it, Luca?
No, I generally kind of like that second groove as you make your way through these corners. It's not super high banked. It allows you to carry just a little bit more speed coming off, but I will say that while I like that second groove, generally I end up on the bottom just because of the way that I drive the race car. I like to really arc it in.
Well, and it's important to remember a couple of things. The first is that these cars can be pretty squirrely for about the first 3 or 4 laps. The driver's doing an excellent job as Matteo Kunzner has begun to pull away. The driver's here doing a wonderful job of keeping everything straight and moving in the right direction while those tires come up to temperature. The other bit here is that this track may be 7/8 of a mile, but it is most certainly to these cars a flat-out super speedway. There is no lift once the tires come up to temperature. Cooper Webster has dropped back now to 4 spot. He's got Ricardo Rico to his high side. Now Matt Emery is going to try to come through, and Rafael Leon in that Luke Mansky Racing Esports entry, he is in 6th. And so that's the battle. Right now, Matteo Kunzner has established the lead, and Matt Karuna has inched his way into that battle, into that fight as well. Matt Karuna, one of those cars on the outside looking in, and Karuna is definitely going to want to get himself up into that top 21. So we're going to keep an eye on the 22 of Matt Karuna as well.
The big thing you got to worry about here is they fan out really wide heading into turn number 1. This pack slowly starting to move their way back in onto Matteo Kunzner, but it is really on exit. You have to be very cautious, especially coming out of turn 4, because you can slap that outside retaining wall if you're not careful. The track really opens up, and you can get a little overeager, and that can end your race in a hurry.
It most certainly can. On board with the second place car of Alessandro Biko as he chases down Matteo Kunzner, you can get a sense of what this track race is like It is flat out. He's hitting between 175 and 180 miles an hour at the end of that front stretch. Then down the back, it's going to be 170 to 175. He is running the middle lane as Matt Emery drives underneath. But you're right. You have to be very careful, Luca, coming off of these corners, especially turn number 2. And there's almost contact with Emery. Ooh, they're getting close.
Oh boy, we are going to war now. But there is a car pulling off the racetrack. I will go and try and find who that is as they fan out 3 wide, heading down the front straightaway. They will dive into turn number 1, and there's contact. They go!
Hard impact. That's Alessandro Bico, and Bico is 5th in the championship points. Bico, his day is done. The number 13 of Ricardo Rico is involved. We had gone back. I wanted to see what happened to Mike Wayne Robinson. That was the car that was slow and on the pit lane, missing a rear wing, and we missed a huge accident. That's Bico on the top. You've got that's Bico on the top, and it appears as though there's contact between the number 3 of Rafael Leon and Cooper Webster. Leon hard into the wall. That takes Bico with him as well as Ricardo Rico. All 3 of those cars heavily damaged, and I doubt we're going to see any of them return. Mauricio Marquez Ramos also involved. Here's Ramos. Didn't quite see any contact with him. But he had shown as having some damage. Here's Rafael Leon. He is missing the rear wing. That car is going to be toast. There he is coming back. And you're going to also see some cars head for the pit lane. Cooper Webster is coming in, as is Nicholas Mateo, Kevin Parrish, Mauricio Marquez Ramos, Stanislav Boldyerov, Tommy King, Will Weiser. All of those cars are headed for pit lane as well.
I mean, over-opportunistic is the word of the day. That's what my grandma would call a 25 center right there. But Webster just dove it a little bit too deep, trying to make the move stick. Going 3 wide was certainly a decision, but Leon just kind of became a passenger there. But the guy who I feel absolutely terrible for is Alessandro Bico. I believe it was the front wing of Webster that just kind of spawned into his rear wheels, and he went around, and his day is done, and that could be massive for the championship implications.
Yeah, let's get a look at it from the blimp here. You've got Bico, Leon in front of Cooper Webster in the Red Bull entry. And here's what we see from the high angle. Might have been a little bit of contact between Leon and Bico, and that gave Webster the run. He's going to put it 3 wide on the bottom. You don't want to lift. These are momentum-based cars, especially at a flat-out track. In they dive. I don't know. From the blimp, it doesn't look like there was any contact at all. It might have been netcode. It was. If
you look at the chase cam, you're going to see the front wing of Cooper Webster kind of just spawn into existence for about a millisecond and take out the car of Bico. But we also get a nice view of that Ilmore inline 4. After that, his entire rear housing came clean off, which I don't think I've ever seen in one of these cars.
Yeah, it can. The bodywork can come loose in these. I managed to do that. I believe, at one of the other oval races. Wound up with my car on its side, and when it came to the engine cover was missing. All that does is it means Matteo Kunzner and Matt Emery are going to be your 2 leaders. Matt Caruna, needing that good result, is 3rd. Aiden Young 4th. George Griffiths has moved into 6th. Then it's Paz, Pala, Adams, Mitch Welker needing a good result in 9th, and Pim Van Gastel is 10th. It is worth mentioning that everybody from Nicholas Mateo in 16th on back has pitted. We do have the cars of Rafael Leon, Mike Wayne Robinson, Alessandro Bico, and Ricardo Rico still on the pit lane under repair. The green flag is out. And racing will resume lap 17 of 90, and away we go. Now, this is single file, so it should be a little less frenetic, and that is Cooper Webster in the back. Now, he's 21st in this race. Cooper Webster is 12th in the points, and this could be a huge blow to him if he's not able to get back up toward that front line, Luca.
Cooper Webster might, and another yellow. I'm not exactly sure what for, but we will find out, and then I will finish my thought.
Stanislav Boldierov, very slow with the meatball on the apron, and so that's going to be the I believe, well, he's going to have to be involved in the yellow, and there he is. And let's see what's befallen Stanislav here. We're on the start. Now remember, these cars can be, Luca, extremely tricky for a few laps on cold tires, and he was one of those cars that did make a pit stop under that caution. So he's on a fresh set, not pre-warmed or scuffed as the leaders. He's going to go down into turn 1, and that baby just, it snaps on him. Hard contact into the wall. Caution back on the speedway, lap 20 of 90 here at Iowa. Do want to thank all of the partners involved here, P1 Broadcasting, iRacing, Thrustmaster. Thank them so much for putting on the Indy NXT Pro Qualifier Series. This is the second split. Our friends over at RaceSpot do have the top. It is lap 20 of 90 here at the Iowa Speedway. And Luca, it's going to be interesting. Stanislav Boldierov has disconnected. Cooper Webster has already had problems. You've got Rafael Leon. That's a fast car parked on pit lane. Alessandro Bico is likely not going to come back. His car also on pit lane, 6 minutes with a meatball. These are guys that need the result, and if you don't get the result here, man, this is an awful tough one to drop.
Well, the thought that I was trying to get out before I was so rudely interrupted by race control throwing a yellow is that Cooper Webster is the luckiest duck in the universe after he came out of that incident, for all intents and purposes, completely unscathed. So he had, I don't think, any damage to that race car when he just kind of phased through existence for a minute. But hey, look, if he's getting that lucky doing that, I would not go against him to make a run back up the back through the field and try and pull something pretty miraculous off, as we likely have 2 to go before we head back to green flag racing.
We do indeed. It's worth mentioning the top split race being led by Velicios Belastigos, followed by Esteban Rodriguez, Sotomuto, Josh Thompson, and Peter Berryman. They are under caution at lap 28, so just a few laps ahead of us here on P1 in the second split. We're going to see the green flag come back out here momentarily. It's going to be led by Mateo Kuzner, Matt Emery, and Matt Caruna. Matt Caruna is another one of those old hands in the community. Not a whole lot of experience in this car, but he's shown us why he's got the experience in the community. Caruna is third. Then you've got Aiden Young and Ricky Paz. They're fourth and fifth. Neither one of those drivers appear anywhere near the top. Ricky Paz is 43rd in the points. Aiden Young is 32nd. So those guys right around Matt Caruna in 31st. They're looking for a good result and some hope here. Mitch Welker, one of those drivers that needs just on the outside looking in. He's 24th in points. He is currently 9th. And then Manuel Torres is another one of those drivers that's just below that cut line. He and Welker hold down the 9th and 10th spots. So, again, it's all about the points. They want to be in that top 21 when they graduate out of tonight so that they can get one of the coveted 33 spots in the IndyCar Pro Series. Mateo Kunzer is going to lead him back to the line. Emery, Caruna, Young, and Paz, 2nd through 5th. Here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
Right back to green flag racing, and Kunzner is already gapping this field. Up 0.3 of a second. It's 0.3 of a second between Emery and Karuna as they battle the field starts to battle their way through turns number 3 and 4. It's 2 wide racing ahead of George Griffiths. That's Paz and Young doing some battle, but now Young will fall all the way back to 6th.
Yeah, he slipped on that.
Even 7th.
He slipped on that high line, and that's going to open the door for Jason Adams. Now the front 7 have the breakaway. There's Aiden Young, and he's going to be able to get. Back in line. It's about 0.6 of a second back to Balint Pala, and then another 0.5 second back to Mitch Welker. There's Welker, and he runs along in front of Manuel Torres, and those two, again, desperately looking for a good result. It's worth mentioning Cooper Webster has moved, after that last caution, he repaired his automobile. He's bolted new tires onto the red line car. He's going to go past Mauricio Marquez Ramos into the 17th spot. And so Cooper Webster is coming back to the front. It'll be interesting to see, to me, Luca, as Emery and Karuna go as Emery and Kunzner go side by side for the lead. Matt Karuna is the interested party here. It's going to be interesting to me to see if those tires make any difference. If you recall, they most certainly did not make a difference when the official series was here.
Oh no, not at all. Is that a 3-wide battle for the lead? Yes, it is. As they go flying into the far end of the racetrack, this is getting incredible. Now we're looking at a 4th interested party. That's Jason Adams. Oh goodness, they're covered by a blanket, the top 7.
Yeah, and this is how Iowa's going to get in these cars. It is very much a super speedway style affair. It's almost like a drafting track. Matt Karuna has gone to the lead. Mateo Kunzner and car in the wall. Car hard in the wall. That's trouble. That's Jason Adams.
Still no yellow. Well, that's interesting that we're going to stay green potentially, as they were able to clear it out. That is very weird that we did not get a yellow there, but I'm sure everyone's happy to continue to watch this incredible battle currently for 2nd position as they go 3 wide into turn 3 and 4.
We've got the Wayback Machine going. We'll show the incident with Jason Adams, and that's a single car situation. That is not anything other than car in marbles does not turn. And you see it, maybe a little bit of net code there. But Jason Adams hard in the wall, and that's going to put paid to his chances. We'll get back to the battle in the front because it is hot and heavy. Karuna the lead, Emery 2nd, Kunzner 3rd. Aiden Young and Ricky Paz have now joined this fight, as well as George Griffiths. It's a 6-way scrap for the lead here at Iowa, lap 33 of 90.
I think there was a little bit of contact between Young and Kunzner as they went into turn 1 on the previous lap. If there wasn't, it was extremely close. But obviously, everyone putting everything on the line as we are here in the season finale of the Indy NXT Pro Series qualifying.
It most certainly is. Do want to thank everybody for tuning it in. If you haven't already done it, make sure you smash the like button on the video, ring the bell, subscribe to P1. You can be notified of all future iRacing action just like this. We're watching the 2nd split of the Indy NXT qualifying series presented by Thrustmaster. The top 21 from here and the top split over on RaceSpot are going to advance after tonight to the coveted IndyCar Pro Series. Run for 50,000 big ones. Gotta love it. That's a big prize, and I look forward.
As my very Italian. As my very Italian, Boston Italian dad would say, 50,000 smackageels. But we race on lap 37 here at Iowa Speedway. And looking for the lead now. Tried to go to the bottom, did Karuna. Won't be able to make it stick immediately, but now Kunzner will be able to get it to work.
Yeah.
Or no, that's not Kunzner.
That's Karuna on the bottom. The identical
Karuna.
cars, it's Karuna on the bottom. The identical cars are Emery and Kunzner. They now will do battle for 2nd. The interested party behind him is Aiden Young. As we roll through lap 39 of 90. We'll get on board with the number 10 of Matt Emery as he tries to chase down tries to chase down Matt Caruna. Caruna seems to be the one that wants to lead here. He'll flip to the inside, Will Emery, and he'll see if he can't get it done. Headed down to turn number 1, and he does. New leader, it's Matt Emery as we work lap 40.
Well, maybe not for long, as it's basically just going to be a battle of who can get to the apex first every single corner. 2 lead changes in that lap alone. Let's see if we can make it 3 in 3 corners. The answer to that is a resounding no, as Caruna is able to hold off the charging Matt Emery.
He most certainly is. Do want to break away from the battle at the front to point out that Cooper Webster has now made it up to the 14th spot. So the red line entrance is now back to the middle of the field, but he's got some work to do. If you jump up on the roll bar of Cooper Webster, you don't see anything in front of him, and that's because Pim Van Gastel is almost 3 seconds up the road. So it's going to take a caution or some sort of miracle for Webster to get back up there. At this rate, he's running about 1/10 of a second a lap quicker, but at this rate, it would be another 30 laps before he got to the back of Pim Van Gastel. And so Cooper Webster, with a lot of work to do, will continue to follow that story. The battle at the front, though, is no less compelling. Matt Caruna has gone back to the lead. Matt Emery is now second. The pair of Matts, and really, it could be 3 Matts. You've got Matteo Kunzner in third, then Aiden Young and George Griffiths round out your top 5, and they've kind of settled in, I think, Luca.
Absolutely. I think at this point, they are just trying to hold it together until we get to the pointy end of this race, as we come to the exact halfway point right now. Lap 46 we work. We are over halfway. This race is official, but clearly Emery did not hear what I had to say as he goes for the lead into turn number 2.
Yeah, and I think everybody kind of wants to get to that lead. That might be the safest place to be. Paz and Milan Vogelsong, they are going after it. My connection is somehow playing up here. I do appreciate everybody's patience. Don't know what's going on with that. Matt Caruna continues to lead it. Emery, Ramos, Parrish, Emery, Young, Kunzner, Matteo, your top 5. There we go. Back at it.
Well, this is just getting incredible over here. You've got those 3 now going for it. Kunzner, Young, and Matteo. They are just absolutely warring away, but off into the sunset. Well, not the sunset just yet, but starting to pretty handily pull away as we work lap number 50 are Caruna and Emery. It's a 4/10 of a second gap between Emery and Kunzner, and Kunzner has to fight off at least 2 cars as they go to the bottom. Oh, that's a very dangerous move.
It is, and we've got contact between the 4 of Nicholas Matteo and Matteo Kunzner. They're going to be 3 wide now, 4 wide going down the front.
Was almost 5 wide, Mark. That was incredible.
Now the major...
How do you not love this?
I don't know. The major beneficiary there was the number 1 machiner, Ricky Paz. He somehow made up 3 or 4 spots in that mess and got himself into the 5th position. He's now followed by Griffiths, and Matteo Kunzner has dropped all the way back into 7th, and that's going to let Milan Vogelsong, he's going to enter the chat into 8th. And so... It's worth noting that this front pack is going to be heavier by 1 car. It's also worth noting that Mitch Welker has dropped back to 13th behind Pala and Van Gastel. Cooper Webster is now within 2.2 seconds of the cars in front of him. Call it 2 seconds, and that's big. If he can get to within 1.5 seconds, he'll be in the draft, and he will start reeling them in at a much higher rate. So we'll keep an eye on Cooper Webster. Meanwhile, the battle at the front is down to 2 cars. It is Caruna leading, Emery second, and they have got a gap between themselves and Aiden Young. It's about 0.5 seconds from Emery back to Young.
Now you're also starting to see Cam Wilson and Manuel Cubo Torres starting to claw their way up into this lead pack as the lead up front rapidly diminishes down from about 0.5 seconds to maybe just about 1/4 of a second. But this is just some incredible racing. I mean, to change the Grant Napier quote, if you don't like this, you don't like iRacing NXT car racing.
There you go. Matt Caruna continues to lead it. We're watching Emery as he faces a challenge now for Aiden Young. Emery has dropped back a little bit. Aiden Young has moved into the rear view mirror of Matt Emery.
It's about 3.6 seconds from the leader back to Torres. That's the top 10 as Torres not dropping. Never mind, that was just the system being weird. But this is just definitely starting to string out, but lap traffic about to become a factor as the leaders start to come up on Tommy King and Mike Wayne Robinson, who are having quite a spirited battle of their own.
Yeah, and there's what Matt Caruna is seeing. He's got Mike Wayne Robinson, Tommy King, Nick Polliard right in front of him. Those cars are going to give way, but this might be a shot here if Matt Emery can get into range to snatch that lead back. And this is something, this is an open setup race. It's unlike any of the other Indy NXT races that we see in the service. It's an open setup race, and so Matt Caruna's car has proven it's great out front in the lead. Is it so great in traffic? That's going to be the question as Caruna navigates that. Meanwhile, Aiden Young has gone past Matt Emery into third, and Ricky Paz, there he is. He's navigated beyond Nicholas Mateo and Mateo Kunzner into fourth. And so the number one car has begun to move forward here.
Well, I'm going to tell you exactly why that happened. Emery slapped the outside retaining wall coming out of turn number 4. He hit the safer barrier and lost a ton of time, and Aiden Young was able to just cruise right past him. That's a pretty costly, could be a relatively costly mistake for the Briton.
You know, it most certainly could. Looking at the standings, Aiden Young is 32nd, so a P1 or a P2 here would be huge for his chances. Matt Emery is right on that cut line, 23rd in the points. And so every position is important for those cars. Looking for Ricky Paz, remember he's 43rd. These cars are all in that hunt with a good finish. It only takes one. And we learned last year that you can make it to the big show through the second split, right? You can make it there. It's not a deal where you have to be in that top split every race. It is worth noting that Cooper Webster now within 1.1 seconds of Mitch Welker as he continues to come forward, and every position is important to him too. He just can't mail this in and rely on his past results. Ricky Paz is running fourth. He would love to finish there as they go 3 wide. Mateo Kunzner and Griffiths behind him.
Ooh, that's very interesting. Going 3 wide with a lapper. They may look to make it 4 wide. Not going to be that risky just yet here on lap number 66, about to be 67 as we cross the line. I'm not going to make the joke, don't worry. But we are absolutely flying through after those early cautions.
Well, something that I saw there from the number 2 of Mateo Kunzner. He saw those cars 3 wide in front of him, and Mateo Kunzner gave it a big time lift. Car in the wall, that's the number 4 machine of Nicholas Mateo.
Oh, goodness, that's going to be important. I'm sure that's going to be very important as we start to come to the pointy end of this race as back Mateo goes into 8th.
Yeah, there you saw it from on board. It's kind of something that we were talking about earlier, working lap 69 of 90. It was something we were talking about earlier, Luca. It's almost as if this car and the exit of these corners, it almost wants to throw you into that outside wall. We've seen a couple of guys find it. The latest victim, Nicholas Mateo, he is now back to 8th. The top 3 remain this man, Matt Emery, then Aiden Young, and Matt Caruna. And Aiden Young has now caught Caruna for the lead, and they're going to do battle here within the next couple of laps for that top spot.
Even though these cars have big wings, it's nonetheless a very skittish racing machine. It does not like to be people being over aggressive on it, even though we are going pretty flat out. It can still snap on you in a hurry, but this battle up here at the front of this field is about to get incredible. Lap traffic ahead of them as we work lap 72, less than 20 laps remaining here in Iowa.
Yeah, there's Matt Caruna. We're on board his roll hoop. We see the lap traffic in front of him. That is going to be Will Weiser, Mauricio Marquez-Ramos, Edwin Onofor. Those are the cars up there, and we've got caution.
What was that for? I didn't see anything show up on my...
Cameron Wilson. Cameron Wilson.
Okay.
Cameron Wilson in the 14 is going to be the cause of the caution. There he is. There's the missing rear wing, and we'll see what has happened with him. He's running along behind Nicholas Mateo.
And just like your mother in the kitchen, he went down to the apron. He put on the apron, and that was suboptimal, to say the least.
Yes, Luca, apron bad. Before he hit the apron, though, he went down into turn 1, and the car just broke loose with him. He's going to back into the wall, and there's the impact. That's going to be day done. He does not have a meatball, by the way, so he doesn't necessarily have to pit that car, although I don't believe that not having a rear wing would be advantageous to him at this juncture. So Cameron Wilson is going to have to pit from that 12th spot. That's going to promote Cooper Webster up into 12th, and we've got quite a few cars that are headed for the pit lane here. It's a lot of cars that are further back in the field. Nicholas Mateo, Matt Emery is one that's headed for pit lane, and that's an interesting call. With just 15 laps to go, Matt Emery is going to drop back to the 12th spot. Mitch Welker, Cameron Wilson, Edwin Onofor, Nicholas Mateo, Will Weiser, all of those cars are going to take the opportunity to hit the pit lane, and that is essentially P12 back to 17th. Why not? If you're at the back of the lead lap, why not come bolt on 4 new tires, Luca, and see if that can't propel you toward the front? Although, again, the fixed race here, or the oval race here, the fixed oval race here in these cars, tires absolutely did not matter.
Well, I'm going to tell you exactly why you don't want to strap on 4 new Firestones. It's because these specific Firestones really do not like the cold. They would not last very long up here in extremely cold Boston, Massachusetts, where I am currently stationed. It is 26 degrees. But these cars do not like cold, don't like to be cold. They don't like having cold tires, and they can snap on you in a hurry, as we've talked about quite a few times over the course of this broadcast. But Cam Wilson is back out there. He was able to put a new rear wing on, and he will continue this race.
He most certainly will. 47 seconds in the pit lane. Did not lose a lap. There's your weather. 65 degrees in the air, 84 in the track. So that is not particularly warm. The wind is heavy out of the west at 22 miles an hour. Mostly cloudy, so not a lot of sun. And you said it was how warm there in Boston, Luca?
About 27 degrees Fahrenheit.
So
got a little snow today.
Yeah, so Mishawaka, Indiana, where I sit, it is currently 7 degrees Fahrenheit.
And, I don't know how, but I think you win. There was a point while I was in college, very briefly, New England was the coldest place on the planet for about 9 hours. And Mount Washington had a wind chill of negative 120.
Yeah,
so,
I don't want to do that. But anything under 25 sees me monitoring the weather conditions from the interior of my dwelling. I do not go outside in this stuff. I'm very much a Southern Indiana kid at heart. I do not like cold weather, but it is what it is. Matt Caruna leads it here. We're going to get a 13-lap shootout to end this one. The pace car is getting ready to come off the race course. Now remember, cold tires, you want to make sure you adjust the anti-roll bars here. We've got cars on fresh tires. We've got Cooper Webster, who is on fresher tires. He's now 9th, and he's going to have a chance here, Luca, to really make an impression toward the end of this race as we head back to turn 1.
This is going to get fascinating as we move to the final stages of this race. That Red Bull Red Line machine, Max Verstappen, if you are watching, this guy is legit. Cooper Webster just quietly making his way back up through the field. Got super lucky without getting any damage in that earlier incident, and he is just moving his way up. Now he's past Pim Van Gastel, and he's into 8th position.
Yeah, there he is. We're going to get on board Cooper Webster. He's got some work to do to get to Manuel Torres, but now 8th, and at one point, he had dropped all the way to the last car on the lead lap. Worth noting, Ricky Paz has now set the fastest lap of the race, but Cooper Webster is coming. And how aggressive is the setup on that car, you ask? You can hear it pounding the floor onto the racing surface as he goes around just about to Manuel Torres. We're going to get back, though, to the front of this field. Matt Caruna leads it from Aiden Young, but Ricky Paz has now made it a 3-way fight. Paz now owns the 2nd fastest lap of the race, but he is coming.
Yes, he is, as they... who is that dropping at the bottom of the racetrack? That's Aiden Young. He will look for the lead, and he will get it coming out of 3. It's going to be really close, almost contact as they make their way down the backstretch. They will work into turn number 3 and 4. It's Paz into the 2nd position now, as the top 5 could be covered with a blanket, and down onto the apron goes Paz.
That's a really aggressive move, but the time for aggression is here. Ricky Paz goes the lead momentarily, but here comes Matt Caruna and Aiden Young back. Mateo Kunzner has the best seat in the house for this action. Mateo Kunzner is 4th, and he's now going to get a challenge from George Griffiths in 5th.
Top 5 separated by just 0.3 of a second. Folks, this is about to get... This is going to be... It's already been incredible, but it's about to get really incredible as we move to just 6 laps remaining, as they could be covered by a large blanket.
It is. We're riding on board with Mateo Kunzner. He has the best seat in the house. The Deuce rides along behind Ricky Paz. That's Paz in 2nd. He's trading 2nd with Aiden Young. Meanwhile, you've got Griffiths and Kunzner looking at 4th and 5th. Kunzner is going to have to cede that 4th spot, and all that's done is let Milan Vogelsong move in from the 6th spot, and he is now there and ready to mount a challenge for the win.
Webster is dropping back rapidly in the field. He's gone from 8th to 11th in just a couple of laps' time. Not exactly sure what the issue is there. I don't think there's anything mechanical. Maybe just made a mistake, but I'll go back and take a look. But I think we're going to want to stay up at the pointy end of this field as we move to just 3 laps remaining.
They're going to get 3 laps to go. It's 2.25 miles yet to go. Matt Caruna leads it. Aiden Young is 2nd momentarily, but Ricky Paz is going to climb to the high side one more time. He's going to grab that 2nd spot, at least provisionally going into turn 3. Aiden Young gets it back on the bottom. We're going to have 2 laps to go, 1.6 miles, and this is going to get fun. I don't think anybody is going to be able to get to Matt Caruna from here. The battle is going to be for the 2nd spot, and it's going to be between Young, Paz, and maybe Griffiths if they can get there. And now Aiden Young is going to get the draft from Matt Caruna. We've got the white flag in the air. We've got contact.
We got contact upside down, and that will end this race. It'll be Caruna to the lead. Behind him is Young, and that is the danger as we play on such a fast racetrack. That is always in the back of everyone's mind, but what a finish here. But just disaster striking at the wrong moment for the guys fighting for the lead.
It was indeed. Matt Caruna is going to be your winner. Aiden Young 2nd. Matt Emery is going to be credited with 3rd. Then Vogelsong, Mateo Kunzner, Cooper Webster, Pim Van Gastel, Will Weiser, and Mauricio Marquez Ramos, your top 10. And we're going to have to go back and watch that last lap. It was a dandy.
Oh, goodness gracious. Griffiths just got tight, came up a lane and a half, and smacked the left side pod of Ricky Paz. Paz is going to be furious with that. That is just, I mean, there's nothing that Griffiths could have done save for lifting, and I understand on the last lap, but that is just Oh, it's so sad to see that. It was not the way you want to see this race end.
It is indeed. Matt Emery saw his life flash before his eyes. A wild ride for Ricky Paz as he flips down the backstretch. Thankfully, it was only those two that were caught in that action. We're gonna get back. We're gonna get back here, and let's have a look from the roll bar of George Griffiths here. And the reason that I want to do that is just to kind of show the fans at home kind of what he sees. Now remember, this is half time here. This is not full speed. This is half speed. Here goes Griffiths for the move. And you can see there's a ton of room, but watch this car. The wheel is still turning left. But that car is going straight up the hill and contact gets made.
Yeah, just look at the steering lock. I mean, it is going through the middle of the corner. It's 45 degrees, 70, then 90 degrees. There was just nothing he could have done. But Paz understandably upset with that. I mean, he left him a ton of space, and Griffiths just needed to... I mean, he just had a ton of dirty air, slid up the racetrack, and ended both of their chances at a win.
Most certainly so, and that's got to be frustrating. It's got to be frustrating for Manuel Torres too. He got caught up in that. He got caught up in that also.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, again, you just never want to see things like this. You want to have a race end with everybody going the right direction and a great battle for the lead. I mean, it's not Griffith's fault, I wouldn't say. I mean, this is a racing incident, in my mind at least. I think that he could have lifted a little bit, but I'm not pinning anything other than he was the car that got tight. I'm not saying that he did anything intentionally. I think the furthest thing from, but just not how you want to see that end.
It most certainly isn't. The winner, though, and drove it beautifully, Matt Caruna. He is going to take home a handy points haul, and we'll see how that impacts those all-important standings. Aiden Young is second. Matt Emery will round out your podium. Mylan Vogelsong, Nicholas Mateo, they complete the top five, and then it's Mateo Kunzner, Cooper Webster, Pim Van Gastel, Will Weiser, and Mauricio Marquez Ramos. It's worth mentioning, Will Weiser started last. 26 shotgun on the field. He brings home a top 10 finish. That's pretty good result for Will. In 11th, Edwin Onafor. Cameron Wilson is 12th. Pala is 13th. Mitch Welker needed a good result on the oval today. He's going to finish in the middle of the pack at 14th. Ricky Paz, unfortunately collected in that last lap incident. He'll be credited with 15th. Manuel Torres and George Griffiths, 16th and 17th. One lap down. Kevin Parrish in 18th. Nick Pollard at 19th. Tommy King is going to be officially given 20th. Mike Wayne Robinson, 4 laps down, is going to be 21st. Out of the race, Jason Adams. Stanislav Boldyarov is 23rd. Rafael Leon, 24th. Disappointment for him. Alessandro Bico, 25th. And Ricardo Rico, 26th. It is worth mentioning that Bico and Ricardo Rico both stayed in the pit lane with the meatball, attempting to repair their vehicles until time expired. And that is dedication, Luca, 100%.
Absolutely. Hey, you never know. And if there's a chance to get back out there, you might as well take it. I personally, I probably would have left because I would have been getting bored. But, it's good on them. Good to see those guys just kind of wait it out, see if maybe they can get back out and just run a couple laps and take advantage. But overall, what a race. What a way to end this season here at in the Pro Qualifying Series. I'm not sure. We think we're going to have any interviews tonight?
I don't know. We were looking at the car of Matt Emery. Aiden Young is second. We'll give everybody their due. A lot of these drivers may not be in the Discord or even know of the broadcast, and so it's possible that they may not be here. Aiden Young, there's his second place effort, and then Matt Caruna is your winner in the number 22, and that's going to be a big night for Caruna. He entered this race 31st in points. And for the Brit, it is highly possible that that's going to catapult him well up into the standings. We do not have anybody waiting for an interview, and so Luca.
Let me see if there are any updates to the standings, but go right ahead.
No, it's totally fine. While you do that, this has been a fairly interesting pro qualifier. We were talking about this. Before the race began, about how they were using this car as opposed to the Indy car, and I was all for it. I'm all the way for using the Indy NXT machine. It's it's new to the service, but it kind of does give that ladder feel, just like the trucks to Xfinity to Cup on the NASCAR side. I really wish they'd put a third round in and use the USF Pro 2000 car as the bottom rung, right? Like have an open and then a contender round to get to the final Pro Series, and we'll see if maybe that's implemented. But it's been an exciting pro season and an exciting pro qualifier season. I can't wait to see, Luca, what the pro qualifier or what the Pro Series itself brings. There's a lot of talent in that series, and there's going to be a ton of talent coming out of this series as well. We do not have anybody in the interview room, and so what do you have to say to close out the pro qualifier season, Luca?
Well, the first thing that I want to say is a massive thank you to Gary and to you, Murph, because it has been an absolute pleasure being a part of these broadcasts. You gave a semi-retired student radio guy a chance to get back on the mic, and I just am so happy that I'm able to be here with you guys, and hopefully I'll be running a few of the series that you broadcast as the months and years go on. But I'm just so thankful to be here. But it was just so much fun to watch these guys. We started off with controversy 4 races ago, and we ended with just an absolute screamer of a race here at Iowa Speedway. I mean, I am just so thankful that I got to be a part of this, and here's to many, many more broadcasts with you, Murph, and the whole gang here at P1 Broadcasting. I mean, you, Gary, and everyone here at P1 Broadcasting.
Yeah, it's been a ton of fun. You're actually the professional broadcaster of the whole bunch, and so that's for me, it's a pleasure working with you. For me, I mean, I really just got to thank the drivers for putting on an amazing show, the fans for showing up. This has been a really nice deal for P1 to come in and do the second split and showcase really a lot of the community guys. The Pro Series, it always draws in, the more professional teams, the Red Lines, the Apexes, those types of groups. But especially in the IndyCar and especially on the ovals, it's such a unique thing that you get to see guys that you race with all the time have a chance to run up front in these things. And so from my end, I really have enjoyed seeing that. I've also enjoyed the fan interaction and getting to interact not just with the normal people that we see, and we want to thank Luke Mansky Racing Esports and all of those people certainly, but really the fans of those big teams in the Pro Series guys, like a Cooper Webster, fans that have knowledge of the Team Redline exploits. It's always cool to see them. We don't get to chat with them very often, and so appreciate that. But really, we got to thank the people that really make it possible: the first responders, the military, the police, the firemen, the EMTs that drive the ambulance, and the nurse that unloads you when you get there. Luca, from the bottom of my heart, I thank them, and I know you do too. Everybody, thank you so much for a successful pro qualifying season. We will see everybody when we see you next. Good night, everyone.
Farewell.